Yo, here's 3 simple things you could do on social media to promote your t-shirt business. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Big Brando, and today we're going to be talking about 3 simple things you could be doing on social media to help promote your t-shirt business. I know this is something that a lot of people struggle with, and I also know this is the downfall for a lot of people's businesses. 1, it's because you can't find new clients or you can't find new customers. 2, you have a hard time thinking about what you want to post. And lastly, we're just all very uncomfortable creating content. So hopefully this video right here is going to help you out and give you some ideas on what to post and how to post to try to help promote your business. Now we're back at the whiteboard. So I'm going to try to map this out for you as easy as possible so you could follow along. And if you need to, rewatch the video again to pick up anything you might have missed out on. So the 3 things that you can be doing and posting on your social media to promote your t-shirt business. 1, use social media to tell your story. Why'd you start the business? What your business means to you? What's the meaning behind your name of your business? What you do for your business? What services you offer? What t-shirts you offer? You could even go into what equipment you use, why you chose the equipment. Your story is your story, but telling it is going to help the customers understand who's behind the business. This is putting a human to the business, and the people will buy into the human before they buy into the business because they support you. Now, the next thing that you could be posting is what you do. Post yourself making t-shirts, post yourself pressing t-shirts, post yourself designing the t-shirts, post yourself sourcing the t-shirts. Anything that has to do with the business that you do, you should be showing it on social media. The people want to see what you can do, and they'll never discover you if they don't see what you're doing. And lastly, I know a lot of you didn't get into business to become a content creator, but one of the best ways of getting seen is teaching people what you're doing. There's something called infotainment. Infotainment is something that's informational and entertaining at the same exact time. This type of content right here gets shared to everybody. So if you're teaching somebody what you're doing, like this is how I load my t-shirt onto the heat press. This is how I put my hat on the hat press. These are the small tools that I use. This is the little pick that I use for HTV. This is the type of HTV that I'm using. This is how long I press the shirt for. This is how long I press the hat for. This is how I fold my t-shirts. This is how I store my t-shirts. Anything of you teaching somebody what you're doing usually gets a lot of mileage. Take my videos, for example. All of my videos are infotainment. It's me showing you guys what I'm doing. This is how I press these t-shirts. This is how I do my left chest prints. This is the ruler I use. This is the folder I use. This is the heat press I use. This is the transfers I choose to use. All of these things are just me teaching people what I'm doing. What the algorithm sees is somebody helping the next person, teaching somebody how to do something. So it pumps the video to more people and opens up a broader audience for myself. Now, I don't even promote that I print for other people. I'm never saying, hey, hit me up so I could print your shirts. All I'm doing is showing how I make a t-shirt. And then my comments are filled with, yo, can you print my t-shirts? How much for a dozen t-shirts? When I'm showing myself embroidering hats, yo, how much is it to do 12 hats, 24 hats? Yo, can you do my hats for my company? It just brings the customers to you. Now that you have like the bare bones of what I'm talking about, I'm gonna take it to the whiteboard and I'm actually gonna show you guys how to break down this type of content to make it less confusing and be very efficient with your time. So the first thing that I talked about is talking about your story. This is something that a lot of people are probably going to struggle with because they don't know their own story. And it's okay if you don't, but really ask yourself, why'd you start this business? Outside of just making money, is it to help with bills? Is it so you could eventually leave your 9 to 5? Is it so you can make a little bit of extra money on the side so you could go on a family vacation? Is it something that you're doing with one of your kids and you're trying to teach your kids how to start a business and how to be creative? Did you just previously get laid off and now you're like, yo, let me start this business that I always been thinking about? Whatever your story is, it'll be unique to you. But at the same exact time, there's probably millions of other people in the world that might be going through the same exact thing as you. So they're going to look at your videos as inspiration or motivation to start their own businesses or to see somebody else do what they've been thinking about doing. So sharing your story, whatever your story is going to be key to your business. So let me show you what that looks like. Your story. Hopefully you could see that. Let me try to, there you go. So everything under your story could be your brand name or business name. Why? Why did you call it that? Why is your brand name whatever it is? Why'd you choose this brand name? What does that brand name mean to you? So all you have to do is create that first video. And this video doesn't have to be you in front of a camera like it's an interrogation. It can easily be you talking over something while you're showing something. So you could be showing your t-shirts. You could be showing yourself pressing a t-shirt. It could be as simple as your t-shirts laying on a table of things that you've made and you just doing a voiceover, showing your shirts and you talking about the brand name or the business name, why you chose to call it that. And this isn't one of those things where you just make this one video, you upload it and you never make it again. This is something that you can always constantly remind people. You could do it every week. It could be as simple as this, showing some t-shirts that are just laying on the table and you're doing a voiceover or talking over the phone and just saying, hey, I'm Big Brando T-shirts. I've been making t-shirts since the 90s. I started this business just to be creative. My friends and family loved the designs I was putting out, so it encouraged me to start a business and offer these designs to the world. Boom, that's one video right there. You didn't show your face, you didn't show anything, you showed your designs of what you make. That piece of content right there goes up. Then next week, you could do the same exact thing. I'm called Big Brando T-shirts because that was a nickname that I've had since I was a young kid. My mom, my dad, my uncles, my friends, my cousins, everybody calls me Big Brando. So naturally, that was my business name. There's your next video, boom. The following week, you could be like, oh man, business has been slow. When I first started this business, I thought business was gonna be X, Y, and Z. After my first year, I found out X, Y, and Z should have been ABC. But now I'm readjusting and riding the wave of the fashion industry. Boom, there's your next video. Now your next video, the following week could be a little bit more personal, showing some more t-shirts. And then you could be like, I got 3 kids. My 3 kids have all different styles. One of them likes this t-shirt. The other 2 hate this t-shirt, but the older 2 love this t-shirt and the young one hates this one. Bingo. This right here is now giving the people a chance to see that you're human also outside of running this business. This information right here might seem very minor and a little bit personal, but that's what the people want to see. They want to hear the ups and the downs. If you're just glorifying the wins, people will get numb to your content right away. But the moment you can relate to the end user and somebody that's watching that video could be like, yo, I got 3 kids. They all got different styles too. Now they're locked in. Now they're understanding who you are, what you're doing, and why you're doing it. And I'm sure that your story and your life is packed with different experiences and filled with ups and downs that you can share. You don't have to get too personal. You could keep it all surface level, but it is a good way to connect with your customers. It could be as simple as, I just wanted to show these t-shirts right here because I got to go and make dinner right now. I'm thinking about making tacos tonight. What's a good quick meal for you and your family? Now you're adding a call to action so they could start commenting on that post. You're still showing t-shirts. You're a little bit talking about t-shirts, but you're also talking about real life things. Easy call. And you did all this without showing your face, just showing the t-shirts. Like I said, making content doesn't have to be brain surgery. It doesn't have to be hard work. Try to make it as easy as possible. These are all small 30-second, 40-second clips right here that we're talking about. We're not talking about 1 minute long, 2 minute long videos. We're talking meat and potatoes. Show the t-shirts, tell your story, cut it off, bingo. Now, the next thing that you're gonna wanna do is show what the hell you do. For this one, we're just gonna put just record. Now, the reason why we're saying just record is because a lot of people forget when they're in the moment of actually pressing shirts, weeding up some vinyl, designing, they forget to turn the camera on. This is all useful content that you could be putting up, whether it's a time lapse, whether it's a step-by-step video of what your process looks like. Maybe it's you cleaning up your workspace. There's a lot of crafter ladies out there that make really dope videos. They'll show themselves working throughout the week, and then their craft room looks crazy. They got stuff everywhere. There's empty boxes everywhere. It just looks like madness. And then their next follow-up video is, this is how I clean up my workspace. And then they throw up a time lapse. And then they start working on getting the craft room back to looking the way that they like to. And that's all content, all of that. Cleaning up your workspace is content. That's a piece of content that you could put up that somebody will relate to. Now, why is this one important? Show you working. Why do I think it's important? This right here is gonna be the thing that tells the people this is what you do. Whether you're making t-shirts for yourself, whether you're printing t-shirts for a customer, whether you're making your own branded t-shirts, whatever you're doing, anytime the heat press is fired up, anytime you're being creative, anytime you're doing something for the business, press record. Set your phone up, get yourself a cheap tripod. When I say cheap tripod, I'm talking about things like this. This is what I use to record everything in this shop. See this little mount right here? It's a magnet. That's it. My phone's on, I'm recording, I'm ready to go. Take it off, reposition it. Do I want to do it sideways? Do I want to do it this way? Very inexpensive on Amazon. This thing right here is made by Ulanzi. Hopefully that's in focus. It's a magnetic mount. Most of our phones have that MagSafe thing. If it doesn't, it comes with a little magnet to put in your case and bam, put it on, put it off, put it on, put it off. Get you something like this. You could hit those tabletop videos where it's like facing down. You could do some selfie ones. You could do whatever you want. Get you a cheap tripod with a magnetic mount. You'll be good to go. Now, once you have that, set your phone up wherever you're working at and then just start doing. Doesn't matter what you're doing, but the way to break it down is gonna be just like this. Let's say you're filming a video of you pressing one t-shirt, right? So we'll just say shirt video. First thing you're gonna have to do is get your blank shirt. So show the blank. That's one video right there. Next thing you do, let's say you're doing HTV, show your HTV. What HTV you're using, why you choose to use that one. Then show yourself cutting that. Now you're cutting the HTV, you're showing your cutter, talk about your cutter. Now let's weed it up. Once you're weeding the thing, you can do a time lapse. Every phone has a time lapse setting. Just start weeding up, show the time lapse. You could voice over it later, or you could just post the time lapse. Now you're ready to press. Show your press. Why'd you choose that press? Was it expensive? What is it not expensive? Why'd you pick that size? What does it look like in your workspace, like on the table, wherever you're at? Now show the process of pressing, right? The shirt lays down, all that good stuff. So you put the shirt down, then you lay down the HTV transfer, you press it, and then you peel it up, right? Now finish shirt. All of this right here that we just wrote down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different videos off of one t-shirt video. How does that work? That first video is gonna be you showing your blank t-shirt. I'm using this blank t-shirt. This is the AS Color Classic t-shirt. I like this t-shirt because it feels like this. This is where I get these t-shirts from. This is why I use this blank t-shirt in my business. I've sourced a lot of blank t-shirts before, and this is by far the best one that I think checks all the boxes for me when it comes to quality. That's something that I would say for the t-shirt. You can say the same exact thing for your t-shirt, whatever t-shirt you choose to use. Now, the next thing is gonna be your HTV. Show your HTV. Here's the roll. Here's some HTV right here. I could show this, be like, oh man, this HTV right here is made by this company. I like using this because of this color. Nobody else offers this same color. It's easy to work with, blah, blah, blah. That's literally you showing the HTV. That's one video. And once again, these are 30-second, 40-second clips. Now, you're loading it up into the cutter. Show yourself putting it into the cutter. Show the cutter cutting that thing. Talk about what cutter you use. Why'd you choose that cutter? How long have you had it? What's the good and the bad when it comes to that cutter? Next one, weeding. This is an easy one. It takes a long time to weed stuff up. So showing that process, people can feel your pain through the video. I hate weeding. So when I see somebody weeding a lot of stuff, I'm like, yo, they're putting in a lot of work right there. So you have the ability to just set the camera up, show yourself weeding. You don't even got to talk about it. It could be a time lapse. You put a popular song over it. In the caption, you could write, I hate weeding or I love weeding, whatever it is. Now you're showing that. Now you're ready to press the shirt. You're showing your heat press. This is the heat press I use. This is the size I have. I've had this heat press for this many years. This is where I got the press from. Now let's get into actual process. This is me, how I load the shirt onto the heat press. This is how I do things. I like to use rulers like this, or I like to use the alignment tool so I make sure things are straight. I've been pressing t-shirts for this long. This is how I do things. Now it's showing you putting the HTV on the t-shirt. This is the placement I like to do. These are the little tricks that I like to do to make sure everything is nice and straight. Then you actually press the shirt and you can say, oh, here's my heat press settings for this HTV. It's blah, blah, blah for this many seconds. This is a hot peel, cold peel. You need medium pressure, heavy pressure, whatever. Then when the press pops up, here's your next video. Now it's you peeling it up. This is a hot peel or this is a cold peel. I like to go slow. I like to go fast. This is what it looks like. Now here's the finished video. The finished video just shows, here's the t-shirt that I just pressed up. You show it, boom, this is what it looks like, front, back. This is how the HTV lays on. You could show what it feels like. You could show if there's any type of like matte finish, gloss finish, whatever it is. You have 10 different videos. And now you can put all of these videos into one video to make an 11th video of a full start to finish. You could just break down this part right here where we're talking about the actual press and then the finish. You could do showing everything that you need, and you could be like, here's everything that you need to do a t-shirt, and you break down these videos right here from blank to press. And then you could do all 10 of those videos to show a full start to finish. Now you just created, here's 10, here's 11, here's 12, 13 videos from pressing one t-shirt. I can't explain this enough because this is what my content looks like. If you've ever watched my videos of me pressing shirts on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all the short form content is done exactly like this. And then on top of that, this is a totally separate thing. So we'll go here. Now you could show yourself boxing this thing up and you're gonna ship it out. And then you do the same thing. Here's the poly mailer I use. Here's the stickers I add. Here's the shipping label. Here's the website I use, or whether it's Shopify, Big Cartel, whatever it is. And then on top of that, you could show yourself going to the post office. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, same thing, 5 different videos. And then you break them all into one big video, that's 6. All of these, so what was that, 13, and here's 6. Now you have 19 videos to post off of one t-shirt video. This part of content creation sounds very, very complicated, but it's really not. Because like I said, you're only pressing one t-shirt. And let's say this t-shirt right here wasn't even for an actual customer, right? So we'll just eliminate this right here. You're just making a t-shirt for yourself, or you're making a t-shirt for your brother. You're making a t-shirt for somebody. You can do this all day long. Anytime you're turning on your press, you fire up the camera and you can get this many videos off of this. And all you're doing, you just press record once, bingo. And then when you're editing, you just cut out, all right, here's the part where I'm talking about blank t-shirts. That's one clip. Here's the part where I'm talking about HTV. That's another clip. Here's the part of me putting it through the cutter and showing the cutter. That's another clip. All of that is just off of you pressing record once. Or if you wanted to get fancy and be like Spike Lee or Martin Scorsese and you want to move the camera around for different angles, you be the judge of what you want to do. For me, it's sometimes doing something from the left side, and then I'll switch the camera over to the right side to show the process. So here's me pressing the shirt, like putting the first transfer down and pressing it. And then before the press pops up, I move the camera on this side, show myself peeling it up hot, then turning the shirt over to do the back. It's giving you 2 different angles from the same exact t-shirt. For myself, this is how I create all my short form stuff, so I can have a backlog of just a bunch of different videos that I could post throughout the week for a few months. I have a folder, let me show you this. In my camera roll, I have a folder called Ready to Upload. And it's just videos that's ready. Here's 34 videos of donut eating, golfing, making t-shirts, boxing up orders, all in here. I could post one video a day for the whole month. And I made these videos fast as hell using this same strategy. So when it comes to content creation, it doesn't have to be daunting. It doesn't have to be time consuming. If you're already working, set your camera up and record. And then you can always edit that video later. I use CapCut to edit all of my short form videos. It's easy to use, it's free. There is a paid version. This video is not sponsored by them. That's just something I use. But if you didn't want to use CapCut and you have another app in mind that you want to use, go for it. Use whatever's easiest to you. I use CapCut because there's a million tutorial videos on YouTube on how to use it. So that's why I ended up starting to use it. You know what I mean? But all of this right here can filter into that third part of infotainment. I don't even know if this is a real word, so I don't even know if I'm spelling it right. But infotainment is basically teaching somebody what you're doing. So we'll just put teaching. It basically could be what we just talked about, but you could go into a little bit more detail with the infotainment. So now when you're talking about the press you use and you're like, all right, this is the press I got, this is the one I'm choosing to use, the content that you make for this part can be the inner workings. Hey, I use a Teflon cover on the top of my press. Why do you use that? This is where you could break down a bunch of different videos. You could be like, I use a Teflon cover because I don't want to burn the shirt. Or I use a Teflon cover because I'm trying to buffer out the static between film transfers. Now you talked about film transfers. What the hell is film transfers? Now you make a video about DTF and then you say, all right, this is DTF, it's direct to film. These are the type of transfers I use. This is the process on printing them. This is where I order them. There's 3 or 4 videos right there of you just talking about transfers and putting somebody on transfers, where you get yours from, how much you pay for them, what your thoughts on transfers are. All of that stuff is an easy call under infotainment. It's you teaching somebody and putting somebody on. Now, outside of everything that we talked about on here, the infotainment part, show yourself working, telling your story for your business. Where does the actual business come from by posting these 3 things right here? It's all about getting discovered on social media. Right now, at your current state, not many people know about your business, and there's nothing wrong with that. Anytime anybody's starting out something brand spanking new, not everybody knows. So by doing these 3 things, it's getting people to know who you are, what you're doing, so they can hit you up, whether it's to buy your t-shirts, whether it's to buy your services, or whether it's to tell somebody else something. So you got to remember, all of this stuff that you're doing, the stuff that you're posting, can be shared on social media for your own story. What if you're like, yo, I'm a single mom, I have 2 kids, I just got laid off from my job, I need to make some money. There's probably a lot of single moms with kids who just got laid off that can relate to you. And somebody might see that video and then send it to a single mom and be like, yo, check out this chick right here, she's doing this. And it might inspire this person to do the same thing because you shared your story. Same exact thing. There might be somebody young out there that's like, yo, I want to start this t-shirt business, but they don't know where to start. They might come across your video and you're like, yo, I'm just starting this business. This is what I'm doing. This is the heat press I'm using. These are the blank t-shirts I'm using. Now you're helping this young person get their dreams off the ground because of what you're doing. The more people that share your videos, the more people get exposed to what you do. So just because they're sharing this video of you sharing your story, now they're seeing, oh, look at this person making these t-shirts. Oh, you know what? That's a dope design that they just created. Let me hit them up, see how much they sell that for. Or where do they sell it? How can I buy one? Or you shared your video of you showing the finished product and somebody out there that probably is the president of a car club sees that and is like, yo, I like the way that they work. I like the quality control that they use. Let me hit that person up, see if they'll print my car club t-shirts for me. That's how all of this works right here. Is so people can discover you and see what you do, see what you make, see what you're capable of, and you're giving them a chance to see the inner workings of your business. Doesn't matter if you're a home business, doesn't matter if you rent a retail space or a workshop or a workspace or a warehouse, wherever you're working, the people are seeing what you're doing, and that's all that matters. Is people seeing what you can do. We just did all of this stuff. Those 3 things of you just posting a bunch of videos is making people aware that you even exist. Now you might be saying, you don't know what you're talking about. That's not how social media works. And you might be right. But at the same exact time, all of this stuff right here is exactly what I do. This is 1000% how I promote my business. And I don't even print for people. Like I never once say, yo, let me embroider your hats or let me print these shirts for you. Hit me up, email me here so I could do your stuff for you. I never say none of that. All I do is I just show myself working. And then the people see that and they naturally just hit me up and say, yo, I like the way you work, how much to get these t-shirts done or how much to get these hats done. And I don't even promote that side of the business. Like I turn away so much of that work because I don't do that for other people. I just print my own shirts and sell my own shirts. And this is how I promote my t-shirts. By me showing you guys, me pressing that West Side t-shirt. People are getting exposed to the West Side t-shirt now. By me showing what I'm doing, I'm also promoting the designs I make. So that way, when people are watching the video of me pressing the shirt, they're like, yo, that design right there says 4 fingers up, 2 twisted in the middle. That's pretty funny. I'm from the West Side. How can I buy that? Bingo. Now I'm getting orders coming in because people are exposed to that t-shirt based on this. Without me really promoting it and saying, yo, buy my t-shirt, I'm just showing people my t-shirt so they could buy it. That's all it is. This t-shirt right here. You guys see me make this on social media all the time. 4 fingers up, 2 twisted in the middle. Front says West Side. 1000% of the sales of this t-shirt come from me showing how to make this t-shirt. That's it. No fancy marketing. I didn't pay for no ads. I'm not putting it on influencers or anything like that. 1000% of the sales of that t-shirt since I launched that t-shirt, probably 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. And it's one of my top selling t-shirts, have all been promoted just by me showing me making the t-shirt or me wearing the t-shirt while making t-shirts. That's it. So to say that none of this works is pretty crazy because it's working for me. If it works for me, it might work for you. You have to be intentional with the actual content that you're making. Wear one of your popular designs. Show yourself creating that popular design. Put your designs in the backgrounds of these videos because like I said, when these videos get shared, people are looking at the whole video. You want to know how dumb my branding is? Let me show you this. All of my heat presses have my logo on it. I just put my sticker on there, right? It's not anything fancy. I got it right here on this hat press. I got it on the side of the hat press. I have it also right there. Every single one of my heat presses has my logo on it. Why? Because it's all about branding. People are gonna see the video for me doing hats or pressing shirts, but they're also gonna see my logo at the same exact time to get people familiar with my actual logo. Everything is intentional. Everything has some sort of an idea on how it's gonna help build the business behind it. Hopefully this video helps somebody out. If I didn't go over something that you want more of, please let me know in the comments. I like nerding out over this kind of stuff because it's just very interesting to me on how it all works. So I don't mind making these types of videos if you guys want them. So like I said, if you have questions about anything I talked about, leave it in the comments for me. And if you wanted to, you can always follow me on social media. And if you wanted to, you can always follow me on Instagram, Big Brando TV. That's where you can see me making these types of videos and showing the actual content that I talked about there posted on my Instagram. It's all there for you. So make sure you go there, check it out, Big Brando TV. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.